let's bring Spencer Riley in here, who's the coach at
What's up,
Jeff.
guys?
Hey, Spencer, how are you, sir?
Good. How are you? Man in
I'm
black today, I see.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that. Maybe it was a Metallica concert or something. But anyway,
Maybe, maybe.
but let me ask you, how are things going on in Jeff County before we talk a little balls?
Busy, man. Just busy time. We got a big win Friday night versus Cleveland, and we're hosting second round playoff here in Dumpling Valley versus the Bearden Bulldogs. So, looking forward to a wild and rowdy crowd here in Dumpling Valley this weekend.
Yeah, always something shady about Bearden. You know.
Ah, well, it's you deal with what you got to deal with, and we just play a little football up here, and we enjoy it. We like it. We have a good time. We
Yeah,
play with what we got.
they weren't quite preppy enough to be Farragut, but they weren't country enough to be Powell like me. So that was kind of somewhere in between. All right. Well, congratulations on
Sure.
the win. I know that it's one of those cases where you have to judge the opponent, but when you do that with your coach's eye and you look at it, did you think Tennessee played a pretty clean game, one they should be proud of?
Well, they did what they're supposed to. Let's call it for first and foremost. As a coach, it's what you're going to sit here and say, "Hey, we did what we were supposed to. Went out, executed, performed. Um, you know what I mean, and got the win like you're supposed to. And you're able to get some more guys playing time. You're able to play some younger guys that hadn't had a bunch of snaps all year, which will help down the road. Not necessarily now, but it will help down the road. Um, I mean, you kind of see what people do in game like um, situations, and they get to play in front of. I doubt there was 107. I doubt there was 100,000 people there when in the second half, but I would say the crowd was okay. Um, you know what I mean? It's one of those things. As at the end of the day, if you come out of the ball game healthy with your guys you're counting on day in and day out, your starting guys. Um, it was a successful ball game, and you got a big win.
Yeah, Spencer, one of the things I feel like you take, and you guys were very big about this on the 98 team, and it seems like Heupel insists this and his players too, which is it doesn't matter the opponent, even if it's UConn, it's one of your 12 opportunities to play football in the season, right?
You're only guaranteed so many, right? So you better take full advantage of your opportunities. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how I approach it with my group. We're only guaranteed 10, right? We're fortunate enough to this is going to be the 12th one we get to play this year. So, we're trying to figure it out as we go. As hey, live. You want to live to fight another day when you get to this. For us, this point in the season, and for Tennessee, hey, you want to get to where you're bowl eligible, playing in the best bowl that you can play in, and give you the most time for the bowl prep for your older guys, but also for your younger guys, because it's really like it's really like your first spring practice for
Yep.
those younger guys.
See that. And then your thoughts on Joe Milton again. I know the opponent, but I thought he played pretty well for the most part against Alabama too. And I feel like if he makes a bad throw, he doesn't get on himself anymore. Where used to be a bad throw would turn into 6 or 7 bad throws.
Sure.
Do you see a different confidence level just in body language?
I just think he's just become a more mature football player. You know what I mean? With more snaps he plays, he's just getting more experience. And you know what I mean? You can't one throw's not going to kill you. You know what I mean? If you don't complete the ball. Now, an interception may hurt you more so than an incompletion. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, as long as you still got the football at the end of the day, at the end of that play, you go back and play the next snap, and hey, you got to go, man. You got to go play the next play and forget about what's in the past, because there's nothing you can do to change it. So,
Yes.
I mean, I really did thought Joe played, you know what I mean, in the first half. I thought he played well, you know what I mean? In the first, what I liked in the first quarter is he took the check down. He didn't try to force the ball in there. He took the check down to the back and did the things you're supposed to. Let those guys get the ball in their hands and let them make some yards after contact.
Yep, agreed.
Spencer, I know you're a former offensive lineman, but I know in general, I feel like linemen know just the whole culture of playing in the trenches on either side of the ball. I was talking in the last segment the defensive line I thought played well, even though it didn't show up on paper because they didn't get a lot of sacks because UConn runs this West Coast offense where they have to get rid of the ball quickly. So you kind of had to more play smart and not, allow for big holes. Is that hard for edge rushers who just they want to go take out the quarterback? Is that hard to have them play in control sometimes?
Well, I mean, it's about it's about being disciplined in your pass rush lanes, right? You got to stay in your pass rush lanes and try to create the pressure by taking your man into the quarterback and moving him off his spot to where the quarterback where he has to be able to throw it, moving one way or the other to create pressure. You know what I mean? If you get a pressure, sometimes the pressure is better than a sack. You know what I mean? Because you make a bad throw, they may throw an interception to us. You know what I mean? So, I think it's hard at times, but you got to be disciplined as a defensive lineman to do your part.
Spencer, let me ask you this. So this offensive line is without Darnell Wright, who was just phenomenal, needless to say. And then, so you have to replace him. You have to replace the Cooper Mays early, who is dealing with the abdominal issue. But this offensive line right now, as you see it with Cooper, if not healthy, then really close. How does it compare without a Darnell Wright as to last year? If you were to look at the two offensive lines and compare contrast.
Well, I didn't think we did something. I didn't think we blocked very well in some of the run game stuff on Saturday. Just from from what I just watched, running through it and watching it because I didn't get to sit down and watch the game live, and so it was one of them deals of I'm like, man, that just don't look right. So and how it was blocked and things like that. I think you could tell that Darnell wasn't in the ball game. You know what I mean? At times, we didn't solidify some of those things, and guys will get better with that with experience as they go. I think they're pretty good. You know what I mean? But Darnell makes them a lot better.
Yeah, he would have definitely.
Yeah, so I kind of felt the same thing, Spencer. Funny enough, after that one long run that broke with Jalen Wright, what did you think of? Do you notice? With Joe, getting back to Joe Milton a little bit, do you think there's a difference in maybe he's a little more comfortable because he's healthy? He had a banged up right knee throughout the first few games, and we just thought, that only hampers his ability to run. But it seems like are there some quarterbacks like Joe who they get more accurate throwing the ball when they are able to run and use their legs too?
Well, some quarterbacks are a little different. You know what I mean? They like to get hit a little bit. You know what I mean? My kid don't like to get hit sometimes, you know what I mean? But he don't care to go put his shoulder down, to settle into the ball game, you know what I mean? But, we always try to settle ours down by getting a short throw in and getting ready to rock and roll. You know what I mean? But some quarterbacks like Joe, hey, they got a different mindset. That's fine. Hey, go in there and settle your pads and, make a throw and have a good time as you get your pads settled in to build that confidence as you move forward.
Visiting with Spencer Riley now. Welcome to the program. Hit that like and subscribe button if you don't mind. Certainly appreciate that. Not sure how much you've seen from Missouri, but when you go back,
they're athletic.
Yeah, they are. And Spencer, last year, a lot of people asked if Josh Heupel ran up the score. As a coach, I'm not going to ask you about your theory on running up the score or not, but if you do feel slighted like that, is it something your players get up for the next year?
Well, here's what I'll tell you. As a coach, my job is to help my guys be able to score points and help them be able to stop people. That's our job as coaches. And if your kids can't execute that, you didn't have a very good game plan. So, if you want to call it running up the score, call it running up the score, but it's their job to stop you. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I don't have a preference one way or the other. I've had I've had the school run up on me. We didn't stop them. That's on us. I tell my kids that. You know what I mean? I'm sure people thought we ran the score up on some people this year. No, their job is to stop us. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know what I mean? I'm not going to not let my kids my 2s and 3s and 4s not go out there and play football. I'm just not going to go out there and hand it off and run it. We're going to go out there and do what we do. That means we're going to throw it. We're going to throw it. But, you know, they're still playing their 1s and 2s, so why not?
Yep. I got no issue with that whatsoever. Spencer, have a great week. Advance again, and we look forward to visiting with you each and every Monday.
Well, buddy, I look forward to it. Sorry I wasn't as prepared today, but we've been a little busy on our end up here, so trying to get work.
Spencer just pulled a sorry guys, I'm too busy winning over here.
Yeah, that's right.
Trying to keep it going, guys. Just want to be able to play next Monday, and then, you know, start being prepping for next time.
Yeah,
so
we
when
need
I'm talking to you,
we need that Jim Moore excuse. Playoffs.
Yeah, well, you know, I went and watched my nephew play. I hadn't got a chance to go watch him play this year, so this weekend. So it was good to get to go watch him play. He's at East Tennessee State, so I needed to go be a good uncle. I need to go be a good uncle and watch him play this year, so and get that handled. But
you're golden as always, Spencer. I appreciate you, buddy.
Guys, I appreciate you.